Alright, hello again. It is currently June 22nd, and we've had three more World Cup games this morning. And frankly, they were a little bit better than yesterday. Though still a sad result for teams I'm rooting for, teams Aaron is rooting for, have not been doing very well right now. Brazil started off the day. They got the result that they needed, winning 2-0 over Costa Rica, only getting a very late goal in like the 91st minute, and then a late goal, like basically with the last kick of the game, making the scoreline 2-0. Costa Rica held out valiantly. I was hoping they would hold Brazil to a draw. That would be hilarious for me, but it was not to be. Next up was Nigeria, Iceland. I was really hoping Iceland would be able to pull off this win and put themselves in a really good position against Croatia. Unfortunately, Iceland huffed and puffed. They had some great opportunities, but Nigeria was lethal on the counterattack, and there was a phenomenal finish by Musa, which early on in the second half, which put Nigeria up 1-0, and then they ended up getting a second goal, later on in the half to put them up 2-0. Iceland missed a penalty that would have made it 2-1, but so sad for Iceland, but they still have one more game, and depending on what happens with Argentina, who knows, but ultimately Group D is wide open for the second slot, and it all will come down to that final day. Then we had Group E, which from, I guess, the scoring standpoint, it was the first game where a team had started in a losing position and come back to win. That was Switzerland winning 2-1 over Serbia after going down 1-0. And it was a late goal again. This is a lot of people are calling this the World Cup of late goals, set pieces, all that stuff, but I'm sure it's phenomenal if you're a Switzerland fan to experience that. So Switzerland, 1-1. And looking at the standings, so for Group D, which finished out, we have Croatia with 6 points on top, Nigeria with 3, and both Iceland and Argentina with 1. Iceland above Argentina on goal difference, having only lost 2-0 as opposed to Argentina's 3-0. So Croatia are through for sure. I guess as far as points going through, so if Argentina win and Iceland only draw or lose, then Argentina will be going on, so they have to beat Nigeria. If Iceland beat Croatia, and Argentina beat Nigeria, depending on goal difference, they could go through. So definitely Group D is going to be a day to watch. As for Group E, Brazil are on top with Switzerland in second. I believe that was my prediction all along. Of course, Serbia are still in it. Costa Rica are done for. Sorry, Costa Rica. They put up a good CONCACAF fight, but ultimately they were kind of a weaker side coming into the whole thing. Serbia could still go through if they beat Brazil and or draw. I guess no, they'd have to beat Brazil in order to win. A draw wouldn't do unless Costa Rica beat Switzerland. So Serbia are really down to crunch time against Brazil. So we'll see what happens. But I think Brazil should be able to get it done. Serbia aren't as good as Switzerland were, so we shall see. That just gives us 3 more groups to go through their second game, and we're going to have, looks like, 3 more games. Seems to be the trend. Starting off the day with Belgium versus Tunisia. I might wake up and watch this one, just because Belgium I think are going to be an entertaining side to watch. But then I'm for sure going to watch Group F with South Korea and Mexico. If you're a fan of Germany, you can watch Germany play Sweden. I'm probably going to go hit some golf balls around, unless it's raining, in which case I guess I'll stay in and watch this. But Germany are in a precarious position in their group. They have no points. South Korea have no points. So depending on what happens tomorrow, technically, if Germany and South Korea both beat their respective opponents, then Group F will be everybody on 3 points, which would be rather interesting. Germany, if they beat Sweden, would be probably ahead. Mexico, if they get the job done against South Korea, will for sure be advancing. Maybe. That one, no, they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be mathematically. So that one's going to be, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day for Group F, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens to Germany. I mean, Sweden, to qualify for the World Cup, had to beat Italy in a 2-leg tie, and they did do so just narrowly. So with a bit of luck, Sweden could beat Germany, and if Mexico win, then that would be Group F solved, and Germany would be out, and that would be really kind of a shame. I actually kind of want Germany to win, and I'll explain why. Because Brazil being on top of Group E, they're crisscrossed in the tournament bracket. So the first team of Group E will play the second team in Group F. So that would either give you a Brazil-Mexico or Brazil-Germany. I'd like the Brazil-Germany, because if you know from the World Cup 4 years ago in 2014, Germany absolutely dismantled Brazil 7-1. It's a national embarrassment, probably, from Brazil. There's probably still people with nightmares, and I'd love to see Brazil face Germany, with that looming in the back of their minds. Depending on, but yeah, I guess the interesting thing would be, because the last time when they played them last time, they didn't have Neymar, who is this phenomenal Brazil player. So it would be interesting to see the discrepancy, and I think in that game it would be entertaining to watch for the drama of that. And you know, depending on how strong this Germany side is, I mean, they faced a Mexico side that was really organized, and this Brazil side are, you know, they're not terrible, and they would be out for retribution, and I would love to see that play out. So hopefully the soccer gods are listening and do that, because to be honest, I would, you know, a Sweden-Brazil wouldn't be as great. Mexico-Brazil would be okay. There's some history there where Mexico does pretty well against Brazil, but either way, I think Brazil playing Germany, that's what I want. So I guess I'm sort of rooting for Germany, or I guess, yeah, tomorrow. Congrats, somebody made me root for Germany, but I just want to see that that narrative play out. Brazil playing Germany, that would be such a morsel of goodness that I think we could all enjoy that. So we shall see. After that, I'm pretty sure we would finish up. Yep, Sunday we're finishing up with Group G and Group H, finishing out their second string of games, and then we go into the group stage, match day 3, and we pick up the pace, looks like. So we'll be having 4 matches per day before anything else. So we're pretty much at the halfway point and of the group stage, and looking forward to it. So we shall see you tomorrow.